GE Agus Fáilte, you're very welcome indeed as you join us in Tone for the Paragon Bar Junior Football League Final for the Dr. Ward Cup. This is a game that we're looking forward to because we have two very strong teams here, Cremartin and Oram. Both of them fighting for the honour of the league final, but also fighting to get into intermediate ranks for the next season. Carduff have already qualified. Cremartin knocked Carduff out in the semi-final of this competition. So Cremartin are going into this game maybe a little bit of a favourite tag on there, but anything can happen on the day. And we're looking forward to a good game. Sit back and relax, and let's hope you enjoy it as well. With me, Declan Bishop, the manager of the Cremartin team. Declan, it looks a good day for a game.
Great day for a game, yeah. It's nice and sunny and dry. We bit of wind, but it's fine.
There has been a lot of rain and the pitch seems to be a little bit damp in places. Will that affect the play?
Yeah, it'll affect it surely, yeah. Rain and wet will leave it heavy and that, but it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
What about the Cremartin team? Are they ready and up for this?
They are, yeah. They're definitely ready and up for it. They've played in a Dr. World Cup final last year and got bet by Rogue, so they're really up for it today to see can they set the record straight and win one.
They want to get into intermediate?
They want to get into intermediate, yeah.
And this is their day?
Hopefully so.
Any injury problems?
None. No injury problems.
So the team, as per last week's team, will be lining out today?
Possibly so, yeah. Possibly so.
You're letting out nothing at this stage?
Not at this stage, but they'll know after a couple of minutes what way it's lining out. Right.
Okay, Declan, the best of luck and thanks very much.
Thanks, Paddy. Radio.
What way are you feeling about today?
Well, we're feeling pretty confident, yeah. Pretty good at the minute. All men fit and should have make a good game with any, put it that way. Like.
What'll it mean to the club to get into intermediate ranks?
Well, it'll mean that we're back where we should be, really. You know, we were down last year with a bit of bad luck, and bad results surely, but bad luck we thought on our own behalf, and we should be back up in intermediate.
What's the spirit like in the camp this year?
Very good, very good at the minute. Very good, yeah. Have to say, all men training and keeping well.
Young team,
yeah. A couple of our experienced men surely, but in general, very young team, yeah.
A lot of moans on that.
We have a lot of moans. Good help, great family for the football. Only for them, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Are they all the one family?
Yeah, well, all from cousins, from uncles, you know. So the uncles all would played with Oram in their time, you know. And we had three families of Moans. So
right.
They're all first cousins, like, and the Keenan lads, they're cousins as well. So.
Right. So it's a whole family affair.
And young Victor Boyd too, another cousin, yeah.
Yeah, so it's nearly a family affair.
Family affair, yeah. Well, good thing, yeah.
It's a small enough area that you have.
Small catchment area, yeah. Small catchment areas we have, so we need all the bigger families, the better. we like to produce them big out right now.
Listen, the best of luck and thanks very much.
Thank you.
Declan Flanagan, I'm just after speaking to a great Oram man, now I'm speaking to a great Cremartin man. Right. How are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling happy enough about today. I think if the lads perform on the day, we should probably come out with a result here. They've worked very hard over the last 8 weeks. Jack McCarville has come in and give a bit of a help, and they seem to have come on in strides since Jack has arrived. And the lads have put in a great effort this last... all year really, but this last 8 weeks they've put in a massive effort, so they have, and really and truly they deserve a wee bit of trophy at the end of the day. Last year we were unlucky against Rogue, so maybe this year we'll go a step further.
The conditions today are going to test their fitness and their ability.
Yes, the conditions, but we've been training and playing in those conditions all year. Like from March the ground has been wet, nowhere has been dry. There's been championship matches put off in April and June. And there's no excuse really. The conditions shouldn't come into it today. We've been training all year in those conditions and playing in those conditions, so I think today the conditions will not have that much of a telling factor altogether.
Things are bright in the Cremartin camp at the moment.
Very bright, very bright. We've introduced a few young players into the side and they're doing very well, and some of the older players are doing well as well. Some people tend to think that some of our older players are about a long time, but Gregory Flanagan's still only 29 years of age. There's men going into the Armagh panel last year at 29, and they won All-Ireland medals. Gregory Flanagan's still a young man. There's a lot of football in him. The only reason people think he's a veteran is that he has been playing since he was maybe about 15.
Right. Right. In the club itself, there's plenty of spirit in the club there as well, apart from playing on the field.
Oh, plenty of spirit. Like, we've ongoing things within the club. The tournament that we run last year very successfully. It's down to the whole club, like, and all the players give a helping hand in that. And today, if we can win this here today and bring it back home, we have a championship match there today as well.
That's the Ulster Junior.
The Ulster Junior tournament, there's a match there today at 3 o'clock. So please God, we'll have one extra spectator there today, the Doctor Ward.
Okay, Declan, thank you very much indeed. With me now is one of the great Oram people, Carl Laverty. Carl, down through the years you have been player, you have been administrator, and you're now treasurer of the club. This is an important day for you.
Oh yeah, Peter, definitely. A final is an important day for any club, and we in Oram would be hoping to win. Naturally, it's also promotion to intermediate, so we'd like to be back up there, but there's an Irish football to be played first.
The conditions today?
Conditions are very, very soggy at the minute, so it will be hard football, I'd say. It'll be close, and not much fancy work, I don't think, today.
It'll drain the energy, it'll be a test of fitness.
It'll definitely test the fitness of all the players, yeah, so it'll be a match like that, I'd say, Peter, yeah.
And the wind is blowing straight up the field?
Yeah, it seems to be blowing from one end to another, so it will be an advantage to the team in the first half, so we'll just have to see how it goes.
How are things going in Oram at the moment?
There'll be a fair good spirit in the club, yeah. We came down from intermediate last year, and naturally it would be great to go back up in the first year, but the spirit is good, so we'll be hoping for a result today. Yeah.
I'd say, Carl, knowing you from your time of playing, there will be times today when you would like to be out there yourself.
There's no doubt about it. Player, anybody involved in the club always loves to be out there with them, and so we'll be playing it on the line with them, Peter.
Good enough, Carl. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you. Right.
Thank you. With me now is another Cremartin man, Vincent Boyd. And Vincent, you have close connections with this team, haven't you?
I certainly have close connections with the team, all right. My nephew Noel will be playing, and hopefully will play a leading role in the match today. And there's also two of the younger boys on the subs, or maybe some of them could be on, whatever happens.
Two of your own sons?
Yeah, two of my young sons, Colin and Donal.
Right, and they might be even featuring before the game's over.
Well, they're on the panel as the manager's choice. They're there if needed, and it will be a good game, there's no doubt about that.
Subs are always needed anyway, but this is going to be a tough game for them.
It's going to be a very tough game indeed, because Oram are very experienced, and Cremartin would be slightly the underdog on the day. And but nevertheless, I think Cremartin may be fit to answer the call. Hopefully they'll fit to answer the call if all their strong men like Gregory Flanagan and Kieran Browning and them all perform, and Noel Biden they all perform, and Martin Morgan. There's numbers of them. If they all hit form, I've no doubt that Cremartin will certainly do well.
What are the chances of a draw, Vincent?
Well, the chances is always there for a draw. A draw is very likely for a draw, certainly. If it's down to that throatness, I think both teams would be happy to leave the field with a draw.
Right.
It certainly, it could very well be a draw with the closeness of these teams. Having said that, Oram have beaten Cremartin twice the year already. Mm-hmm. So Cremartin will have it all to play today, but I've no doubt that Cremartin, the field conditions of Cremartin can do the business today, and it'd be a wonderful occasion for us to be up intermediate.
Well done. Thank you very much, Vincent Boyd.
Right, thank you, Peter.
A keen GA supporter and a man that's going to tell me who's going to win this game today.
I hope Oram.
Are you biased, are you?
A bit. A bit. I don't know much about it now, to be honest with you. I've been a long time away, so I don't know the football much now at all,
What's your name, sir?
McCahey, Barney McCahey. Yeah.
And you were from Oram originally?
Originally, yeah.
And you've been away for a number of years?
Yes, about 50, yeah.
So
yeah.
You want to see Oram winning?
Hope to see Oram win.
Have you seen them at all this year playing?
Oh, yeah, I have seen them all season, yeah. Yeah.
They have the ability?
I think they have, yeah. On the day they have, yeah.
But you want to see a good game as well?
I hope to see a good game now, right enough, yeah.
Okay. Lovely talking to you.
Thank
you very much. And is this a relation of yours?
That's my niece.
Hello.
Are you local?
Yeah, Oram.
Living in Oram?
Yeah.
And you want to see Oram winning?
Yeah.
How are you going to celebrate if they win?
I don't know.
There'll be a bit of a session, will there?
Hopefully.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
right from the start. Come on, come on! Come on, on the right, and everybody. Come on!
Wouldn't have much camera look for them, do you?
Come on, lads. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on.
Teams out on the field then, and we're going to see if all the predictions that we have heard come through. But only one side can come through in this game. Captain's out there with the referee for today's game, Darren McQuillan from Castleblaney. Carton Carr, captain for Oram. John Moan, the captain for Cremartin. The other way around, John Moan, the captain for Oram, and the captain is Martin McNally for Cremartin, taking the toss there. It will be a big decision to make because of the wind that's blowing directly up and down the field. And with us in the commentary box today we have Paddy Hughes. Paddy from Tyholland will be giving us his expert view at various times throughout the game. Just waiting to see what way they're going to be playing. Cremartin seemed to be playing against the breeze in this first half, but that could change. Yes, the two teams gathering into the usual huddle out there in the middle of the field before the game, get the adrenaline running. Paddy, is that an important thing there, the way they gather around like that?
Yeah, just at that stage the captain's going to be saying his last few words, and it's just going to be asking the boys to give it 110% for the 60 minutes.
Yes, and we do see the Oram defence getting into position down to the left, so Oram are going to be playing with this breeze then in the first half. Centre of the field going to be crucial. Kieran Carraher and Enda Carville for Cremartin, Dermot McBride and Declan McBennett for Oram in the middle, and with this breeze the long ball in should play a major part in the scoring. Big day for both of these clubs, both wanting to get up into intermediate ranks for next year. Darren McBride moving in, having a shake hands with the two Cremartin players, and Darren McQuillan checks his watch, throws the ball in, and the game is on. First Declan McBennett for Oram, and there was a bit of a pull there, and right away Darren McQuillan isn't going to allow anything to happen, and he's called in Enda Carville. Well, that's not Enda Carville, that must be Kieran Carraher wearing the number 9. Enda Carville's wearing the number 8. And a yellow card right away there for the number 9. Free then for Oram, taken quickly out to Declan McBennett, and Declan lobs the high ball in. That's looking good, and yes, over the bar. The first score there. As I said, the centre of the field with the long ball in is going to play a vital role, and it's a nice point to start off with there, Paddy.
Yeah, very good point to start off with from about 45 yards out. Oram will be looking to settle down very early on as they're playing with a very strong breeze.
So they'll need to get all the scores they can in this first half, because it'll be a different game for them against the breeze in the second half. Cremartin keeper then, Brian McEnany, getting ready for the kick out. And Darren McQuillan telling him to get on with the game. Coming out to this side. Knocked out there by Enemy Carville. 2 Oram men in there, and a little bit of pushing, and Oram getting the free there. Number 17, Conor Brennan, who has come on in the vacant spot that was the number 10 jersey. That has been left vacant, and Conor Brennan is on there for Oram. Also, we have another change on the Oram team. Shane Fitzsimons is not on the field. Anthony Keenan is on there instead. And he should be wearing the number 16 jersey. So that and they're going wide then for Oram. The slippery conditions are going to also be very difficult to cope with. Brian McEnany once again with the kick out, dropping around the 45-metre line, and it's free this time for Cremartin. Bit of pushing. Referee wanting the ball back to position from where the foul occurred. Taken by Niall Flanagan. Bit of a push there, referee allowing that to go on, and off the ground there. Justin Moan lifting that one off the ground, giving Cremartin an opportunity now to get back in on level terms here. The man that's going to take it is Barry Carraher. Low one, and you can just see the conditions out there. We can't see the ball, but now we do. And it's there, Stephen Moan has it, and Stephen is fouled, and Stephen getting the free out. Takes it quickly out to the far side. Knocked on again there by the number 6, Niall Flanagan for Cremartin, very close to the sideline. Kept in play. Martin Morgan into the centre to his number 12, Noel Boyd. Noel takes a shot, but off to the right and wide. Cremartin are coming back into it.
Yeah, Cremartin coming more and more into it. They'll be happy with that, playing against a strong breeze. A difficult effort there from Noel Boyd, out about 30 yards on the right side of the pitch, not suited to the right-footed player against the breeze, particularly against the breeze, and it drifted wide.
The last free that Cremartin got there, the way the ball landed in the pool of water, it just shows that the ball's not going to run today, and bouncing the ball would be a dangerous occupation.
Very dangerous occupation. You're looking for a long ball in today. The team that's going to make less mistakes is usually the team that's going to come out winners, particularly in these conditions today.
Oram player getting some attention down there. I think it's Mark Moan, and but he's up and back in position for the free out. Adrian Bishop in goals for Oram. Declan Bishop, of course, the manager of the Cremartin team. Again, referee Darren McQuillan signalling to the keeper to get the ball out. Good kick out using the breeze up into the centre, and with it out to this side. A ball to chase. Very difficult to hold their feet, and that's an illegal charge there. Paul McNally being brought to the ground, free for Cremartin. Martin McNally, the captain, was going to take it, but he decides to leave it instead to the number 15, Barry Carraher. Barry took a short one the last time. Will he go for the point himself this time? He seems to be gearing himself up, but it's going to drop short. Punched out further, but only as far as a Cremartin man, and the ball in there on the ground. Very difficult to get up. Eventually does so over to this side to the number 13, McCartan Carl, and what a shot into the back of the net. Great opening there for Cremartin with that score. I think it was McCartan Carl that finished it off in there.
Yeah, super goal by McCartan Carl. Found himself in space, and with the outside of the right boot put it to the top keeper's left off the net. Superstar for Cremartin, playing against a particularly very strong breeze.
This is really putting it up to the Oram men now. Very early on. Kick out, landing around the middle, on the ground, being picked up there by Niall Flanagan. Ball going loose. Oram man has it. He's on the ground, brought down illegally, freed, taken quickly there by the number 9, Kieran Carraher, way out into the far corner. John Moan getting it into Michael Moan. They're playing the ball nicely, but the shot half blocked down there. That's going to be a 45-metre kick. Playing the short ball and playing the close ball might be all right in heavy conditions like this, Paddy.
Yeah, once they get the ball out of their own danger area, moving it into the Cremartin defence, then they can move the short ball.
.45-metre kick then, taken by David, and she's landing in the square, and the referee has his arms up to show that it's a square ball. David Sheehy taking that, but it's going to be a saving day for Cremartin. They're going to get a free out from that. And Brian McEnany going to take the kick. Again, the wind pulling it down, but there was also another bit of pulling down, and Carville there being pulled down to the ground, getting the free for Cremartin down the field. Pulled on it first time, going back up in there, but again, getting it very difficult to hold their feet. Mark Moan is up there into the corner, coming back out into the centre, getting it up cleanly, sees the loose man, gives it into him. The number 13, but his kick well blocked down there. John Moan's kick well blocked down. Getting it back into the centre to Tony Graham. John Moan. John on the ground, succeeds in getting the pass, gives it back out to Tony Graham, and Tony back out to the number 17, Conor Brennan. His shot, and that's in the back of the net. Cremartin are claiming a ball there, but I see Darren McQuillan putting the score down in the notebook, and the umpires are keeping their hands, well, either in their pockets or down by their sides, but it's definitely not a square ball, and we're back almost in 11 terms. Oram doing nicely to get that one in.
Yeah, some good work by the Oram full forward line here on the right hand side of the pitch, and then a high ball into the box where it was knocked into the goals by, I think it was Dermot McBride.
Well done, well done. So it's 1 goal and 1 point for Oram, 1 goal for Cremartin. We're approaching 9 minutes into this first half. Ball again being kicked first time. The bounce fooling him, but eventually Martin McNally and the Carville, and looks up, gives it low down along the wing. Carl is there. McCartan trying to get it up, gets a push in the back and gets his free. And the Carville wanting to take it quickly, does so way out into the centre. Punch down, an opportunity for Paul McNally, but as Barry Carr comes out for that, he is brought to the ground and he seems to be in some pain, and there's another man going to get his name into Darren McQuillan's book. Well, Barry Carr is up a little bit gingerly, but he's up and okay, and going to take this, and the name of the man who went into the book seems to be Justin Moan. Barry Carr then with the kick is just going to drop over the bar. It's a point and the sides are level. 1 goal and 1 point each at this stage, and we have 10 minutes of the first half played.
Yeah, a good point there by Barry Carr. This was his 3rd free kick, so it was important to get 1 on the board. Barry is named at corner forward, but I see Barry is playing out round as a 3rd midfielder, leaving space for the Cremartin full forward lines.
Again, the greasy conditions forcing that foul that led to that in the first place. Oram going in there. Eventually Declan McBennett getting it. Again, the long ball, a bit of pulling going on there, pulling of the jersey, well spotted by the referee. Michael Boyd pulling the jersey there, and the quick free didn't work out for them this time as Cremartin come away with the ball. Knocked out of his hands. Conor Brennan is in there, but also is Stephen Moan, and Stephen gets the jersey pulled, so it's going to be a free for Oram. Darren McBride throwing the ball back. I think it's Declan McBennett who's coming back to take it. Again, Declan opened the scoring with the long ball, but this time he's going for the pass, which has just gone too fast and too far out over the end line and wide. A chance gone adrift there, Paddy.
Chance gone adrift, just a ball a wee bit off target, and John Moon was unable to reach it. Oram will be looking to play a lot of ball into John Moon, very tricky, nippy forward who played county football and has an under-21 Ulster Championship medal as well.
With the kick out once again, then Brian McEnany. We are now almost 12 minutes into the first half, and the sides are level on 1 goal and 1 point each. As Brian gets the play going again, the ball going high in the air and dropping down on the 45-metre line, coming out with Niall Flanagan for Cremartin. Very hard to hold their ground and touch the ball on the ground, free for Oram, taken quickly, given to Declan McBennett. Declan again dropping the low ball in, that's for John Moan, and John going down, getting it over to the far corner now. She's been played wide, kicked well down there. Michael Moan getting the shot in, and that's over the bar. A beautiful point there from Oram.
Yeah, a super ball in there by Declan McBennett, and it was very well picked up by John Moan, who laid it off, and after the ball was blocked, it broke Kenny for the Oram forward, who slotted it over the bar.
Putting Oram back in the lead by 1 point, 1 goal and 2 to 1 goal and 1. 13 minutes almost of this first half, and there's really nothing in it at this stage. It's really 50-50, even though Oram have that 1 point advantage. There's nothing between the sides at this stage. Brian McEnany again getting ready for the kick out. Takes it out to this side of the field this time, and Declan McBennett reading it very well, feeding it back in again. John Moan doing very well to get that one. Gets fouled there and gets the free. Another opportunity now for Oram to get another point in front, and as we said earlier, they will need it because they're playing with the breeze in this first half and they're going to be playing against it in the second. Michael Moan is the man who's going to take this particular free. He looks up, he kicks it high, it's drifting slightly to the right, and it has drifted way to the right and gone wide. Again, you can't afford to miss opportunities like that, Paddy.
No, again, playing with the breeze, it was a fairly easy free, although more suited to a left-footed player. Michael, a right-footed player, just found it difficult to swing the ball in there.
Strong sun, fairly strong wind, and very greasy conditions and heavy conditions out there. But these two teams are still supplying us with an entertaining game of football on the 10th of November 2002. The ball between the two of them, the referee goes in and decides it's a throw ball. Darren throws the ball in, picked up by Cremartin, but then bad pass. Going back into the corner and going back there to pick it up is Kieran Lavelle. Getting it out to Niall Flanagan at the far side there, giving it back in to number 5, Eddie Mulligan. Cremartin playing well down along the far side, pushing the back, and a free in for Cremartin.
Very good football there by Cremartin, coming out along the right hand wing, finding the man with each pass and then getting it up to the Oram 45-metre line.
Free going to drop short, half punched, but the Oram man gets his hands to it, gives a suicide pass there and picked up nicely by Gregory Flanagan, but then another pass picked up and travelling too fast is the referee, and it's going to be a free in for Cremartin. A little bit harsh, I thought. He just didn't give him in the conditions. He could have given him another step or two, but nonetheless it's going to be a free in for Cremartin. And it's from an awkward angle, and Barry Carr is the man who has the ball in his hand. Will he go for the score, or is he going to drop this one in to the square area? And it's dropping in there, and Adrian Bishop came out, missed it, and just come out to the far side, but there's an Oram man there to pick it up. Connor and Carville. Barry Carr playing nice play here from Cremartin, and the Carver getting it straight into the arms of Adrian Bishop, and he gives it out to his corner man. Cameron is in there, knocks it down. Dermot McBride The ball is in there somewhere, but eventually Martin McNally lets Niall Flanagan have it down along the side. Andy Carville, Barry Carher giving it to Martin Morgan, and Martin's kick has gone to the right and gone wide. For the amount of play they had there, they should have made more of it, Paddy, the Cremartin team.
Yeah, Cremartin owned the ball there for the last minute and they had 2 or 3 attacks inside, shooting chances, but 2 wides in the last minute for Cremartin.
Adrian Bishop then, once again with the kick out. Punched down there by Dermot McBride, eventually picked up by Stephen Moan. Going forward now, Tony Graham giving a good ball there, and that's an easy one there for David Sheehy to slot that one over. A lovely ball in there from Tony Graham.
Yeah, good direct football again by Oram, playing with the breeze. Midfielder led in the early ball to David Sheehy, who found space and slotted the ball right footed over the bar.
The score now on the scoreboard: Oram 1 goal and 3, Cremartin 1 goal and 1, and we have 17.5 minutes of the first half played. 2 points in front for Oram at this stage. It may not be enough if they're going to have to play against the Breeze in the second half, but Cremartin are doing well against the Breeze, and Oram might be able to do likewise. As Brian McEnany gets the ball out again, is coming out to the side. Declan McBailin climbing very high. Declan not particularly happy with the referee's decision there. Andy Carville with the free, takes it low down along the side. Tipped by, well, I think the umpire or the linesman was correct in his decision there, Martin Moan, but off Martin Moan, the taken to Andy Carville, and they tried to give the low ball in, and there was a bit of pushing. Well, Darren McQuillan has shown us exactly what happened, so it's going to be a free in for Cremartin, and again this is in a good scoreable position, and Barry Carr, right-footed player, is coming out to this side. It'll be much easier for him to slot this one over than it was the last opportunity he had there at a free. Steadies himself, obviously going to go for the shot. He kicks it high, and that one's straight and over the bar. That brings them back to within 1 point now of Oram, and we are almost 19 minutes gone in this half. Cremartin doing well there on that type of thing, the defence fouling and giving them those opportunities.
Yeah, Oram giving away a couple of cheap frees there, and Barry Carr will slot those balls over the bar all day.
Adrian Bishop then getting ready with the kick out once again. Plenty of directions being shouted in from the dugouts at the far side. Andy Carville knocking it down. Eventually comes out to Martin Morgan. Martin looks up, tries to get the ball down the field, but it's spun off his boot. Out over the sideline kick for Oram. The referee has blown his whistle there. I think it was because the Cremartin player was too close to the free taker, so the sideline kick is going to be taken again. Stephen Moan going over to take this one. Stephen waiting for somebody, and now the referee has put him back to the proper position. Up along the wing, nicely held in the conditions there, and he's on the ground, gets his free. Playing a major role in this game for Cremartin is Barry Carher. Andy Carville with the free, again a low one, not held first time but got at the second attempt, then kicked in by Eddie Mulligan, nicely read there by the defence, and now they're going to work it out again on the ground, and Conor Brennan going in there but getting a push in the back as he was doing so it's going to be free for Oram. Up along here, but again the slippery conditions not helping. Niall Flanagan getting it out to the far side, feeding the ball in for Barry Carher. Barry picking it up, looking around to see where he has support, decides to give it into the centre. Ball rebounding off the bodies that are in there, and eventually Eddie Mulligan is fouled, and it's going to be a free in for Cremartin. Again a scoreable position, Barry Carher to take it.
Yeah, scoreable position, but a fairly difficult 35 yards out, wrong side for a right footed free taker. But Barry Carraher makes little of that.
Yes, indeed, a beautiful point there from Barry Carraher, putting them now on level terms once again with 21 and a half, almost 21 and a half minutes gone of the first half, and the sides are back level again on 1 goal and 3 points each. Nice play there by Barry Carraher to slot that one over, and he give it a little bit of power to compensate for the strength of the wind that was blowing against him. Adrian Bishop getting ready with the kick out once again. A high one going to drop right around the middle. Andy Carrigan up, but it's knocked out by Dermot McBride. The ball on the ground there. Stephen Moan has it, eventually giving it to Dermot McBride. Dermot shot blocked down. Michael Moan trying to make his way out. Comes out to Declan McBennett, who made himself free on this side. Declan with a bit of space now. He's in with range, and he kicks that one high, and a beautiful point, and Declan McBennett is absolutely pleased with himself, and so are the Oram supporters on the sideline, and Oram back in front once again. Beautiful point there, Paddy.
A super point. Declan McBennett found himself in space, took on the space, 2 solos, 45 yards out, slotted the ball over the bar. A super point.
Yes, and he had every reason to be delighted with himself for that, but he needs a few more of those. They're only 1 point in front, and we're now 22 and a half minutes into this second half. The management will have to devise a strategy for the second half, as Brian McEnany comes out. This time he kicks it over to the far side. Hands going up in the air, but the ball comes down. Barry Carr is the man that's going in there. Eventually Barry is hushed off the ball there by Mark Moan, giving it back into the Martin Moan, and then it's kicked a long ball forward, and there was an opportunity. Yes, it has still come to them. John Moan giving it into his number 15. He has his goalkeeper in front, and that's in the back of the net. The defence opened up there completely.
Yeah, a long ball in, and the Cremartin defence failed to deal with it. Ball broke to John Moan, who found David Sheehy in space, and David Sheehy had no problem slotting the ball past Brian McEnany and the Cremartin goals.
I must say it was a good shot from David Sheehy, in that it was to the left, and also the fact that Brian McEnany is looking into a very strong sun that's very low in the sky. That wouldn't have helped his vision of that ball coming in, but it was a powerful ball. Ended in the back of the net, and Oram are now 2 goals and 4 points on the scoreboard. Cremartin 1 goal and 3 from the kick out. Barry Carra was in there, failed to get the ball. The ball is on the ground in there somewhere. Eventually the referee blows the whistle. In conditions like this, it is a dangerous situation, because slipping and sliding, somebody can get hurt. Barry Carra giving it out to his number 7 Martin McNally. Down for the number 12, Noel Boyd. Noel is on the ground, gets up, still has the ball, gets the pass in, and now he's running on for the return pass. Failed to get there. 2 Oram men are in there instead. The Oram boot goes in, and that's going to be a free in for Cremartin. And Barry Carraher, obviously the man that's going to be given the task of trying to slot this one over the bar and reduce that deficit that has been built up by that last goal there from Oram. Barry out on the far side takes a shot again, is strong, but this time he didn't put enough spin on it, and it has gone wide. So the score remains 2 goals and 4 to 1 goal and 3.
Once again, Oram guilty of giving away cheap frees. This time it wasn't punished by Barry Carraher, sorry.
25 minutes of the first half gone. 10-6 in points, 4 points between the sides. Adrian Bishop out to the far side. Most of his kickouts have gone that direction. This time Andy Carville decides to just pull on it as it is on the ground, but it has been picked up by Gareth Moan. That a little bit too far for John, and Michael Boyd walking out with it, and somebody is going to get his name in the book, and that somebody is Tony Graham. Tony being called in for that challenge. No yellow card, just the name in the book. And the free to Cremartin. Andy Carville takes a short ball, and again, well, Barry Carr robbed nicely there and getting away with it. Gives it into the corner. Kieran Carraher. Kieran giving it back out to Martin Morgan. Martin Morgan to Noel Boyd. Noel looking around, then giving it to Paul McNally, and the ball kicking, and Cremartin are coming back out the field with it. Martin McNally giving it to Martin Morgan, kicked in, nicely held there by Declan McBennett, and Declan's going to clear his lines, gives it away out to this side, picked up nicely in the greasy conditions by Michael Moan. Michael looks around, up along the wing, John Moan, John on the ground, and then leaves his marker behind. John avoided a nasty tackle there, but gives it to David Sheehy, and David Sheehy does exceptionally well there and gets that one over the bar, increasing the Oram lead to 2 goals and 5 now to 1 goal and 3.
Yeah, that point coming from some very good work by the Oram defence. They pushed the Cremartin forwards out, further out the field, and eventually made them make the mistake. And Oram went down the field, capitalised, well taken by John Moan, laid it out to, I think it was David Sheehy again, who slotted the ball over the bar. Those two linking up well today, John Moan and David Sheehy.
It was a narrow enough angle that David had there for that particular point, and he did very well. 2 goals and 5 for Oram, 1 goal and 3 for Cremartin, and we're 27.5 minutes of the half gone. Brian McEnany once again with the kick out, dropping around the middle, a good kick out against the breeze. Connor Brennan is in there, Connor with the ball, eventually gets the kick in, it's way up along the far side of the field there. Kieran Lavelle going back to pick it up for Cremartin, does so, is on the ground, then gets it back into Michael Boyd, but it's going back to the keeper. Again, the short pass out to the far side to his captain Martin McNally, up along the wing to Kieran Carraher. The long ball didn't work, and the wind brought it down, and Stephen Moan got Oram back on the attack again, but that one's too far into that open space and to skid it off and over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline kick for Cremartin. The man coming over, I think it's Michael Boyd, is going to take this one. Well within his own half, looking around, deciding what to do. The ball punched there. Paul McNally was in there, so also was Gareth Bowen. Ball is still on the ground. The pass on the ground didn't work there, but Martin McNally is in there. Now it's Connor Brennan for Oram, and Connor gets the punches and gets free. His free is blocked down, and it'll be moved forward, and Oram another free, and this time from about 45 metres out, just inside the 45-metre line. And I see Declan McMennett was going over there, but now he's decided to leave it to Michael Moan, and Michael is going to try his hand at this one. Straight enough shot, and with the breeze behind him, what can he do? It's gone to the right, and it has gone wide. An opportunity really that they should not be missing, Paddy.
Yeah, an ideal opportunity there, just to the left of the post, ideally for a right-footed kicker shooting with the breeze. Would have expected a point from him there.
11 points to 6, 2 goals and 5 to 1 goal and 3. That's the score as we are approaching half-time. Almost 30 minutes on the clock. There was a slight bit of injury time, but that will be at the discretion of Darren McQuillan, our referee for today, as Brian McEnany gets ready for the kick-out once again. Declan McBennett going high there. And the Oram man on the ground and trying to get up with Dermot McBride, and held, and again maybe a little bit cruel there.
Yeah, a little harsh. Maybe there was 2 or 3 Cremartin men around him at that time, and he had no option but to hold on to the ball when he was blown for over-carrying.
And there we have the half-time whistle, just with about 20 seconds of injury time played, and the teams head for the dressing rooms. And the score on the scoreboard at the moment, 2 goals and 5 for Oram, 1 goal and 3 for Cremartin. And in this second half, Cremartin will be coming out to have what should be the advantage of a breeze, although in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so that breeze seems to have dropped a little bit. However, conditions are still staying dry. The rain has stayed away, and we're looking forward to an excellent second half again.
Many more matches played this year, I think. All the reserves are played, don't they? Last year, intermediate finals here last year. The Division 6. They were raking again for them to get to the final. Right, yeah. Playoffs. There's a playoff to be played for the last semi-final spot. And then the semi-finals and final. You can see that not being finished.
Two teams back out on the field. Oram were out first, and we noticed one change there on the Oram team. Shane Fitzsimons, wearing the number 12 jersey, is on the field. And we're looking around now to see if we can see any changes on the Cremartin team. And we can't see any just at this stage, and we haven't been informed of any changes, so I think Cremartin as they were in the first half. Darren McQuillan then getting ready for the second half, waiting for the supporters or the mentors to move towards the dugout, and then we'll be ready for the second half. Ball is in, game is on. Declan McBennett for Oram then getting the first kick, giving it down to John Moan. John giving it back out to Declan. Out into the corner here. The bounce beating them all. Going back for it there is Niall Flanagan. Also there is Michael Moan on the ground, but the ball has gone out over the sideline. And it's going to be a sideline kick to Oram, and Declan McBennett, the man who's going over to take it. Decides to leave it then instead. Declan going back out into the centre, was taken there by David Sheehy with Michael Moan, and Michael's shot is high, it's going straight and it's dropping over the bar. A beautiful point there and a lovely opening for Oram in this second half. They said the breeze has dropped somewhat, but that was still a nice point there for Michael Moan.
Very nice point. Sideline ball taken short. The Cremartin defence was caught napping at that stage, and it was slotted over the bar.
So Oram opening up another little bit of a lead. 2 goals and 6 now. That's 12 points to 1 goal and 3. That's 6 points, so it's double scores at this stage, and we're just about a minute and a half into the second half. Brian McEnany's kick is a low one this time. Marty McNally, low one up along the side, but nicely cut out there by Mark Moan, giving it into the centre. Dermot McBride, Dermot's kick is high, coming down very close to the side, but nicely held there. Then he was pulled down, but giving it back to Conor Brennan. Conor gets the kick in under pressure. Cremartin doing well to get that one back out the field. Up to the far side, going past a lot of players. Now it's with McCartan Carr giving it forward there, but well cut out there by Michael Bide, or by Justin Moan. Over at the far side. Picked up off the ground as a referee.
Number 16.
And that's the number 16 there for Cremartin. And we didn't see him on, Kieran Brannigan, but he's on the field. And we don't know who has left the field, but at the moment I don't see Andy Carraher out there, or Andy Carville. Dermot McBride right across the field, and again the conditions getting it there, but you can't wait that long to get it. And Michael Moan with it once again in the position that he got the last score, but he's moving out into the centre. Then he's taking his shot, it's going to drop short. Keeper comes out, does very well to get that one and hold on to it nicely, and gets his situation relieved, but the kick out going only as far as Stephen Mount. Stephen giving it back into the centre, a bit of pulling going on there, and there's going to be a free there. Shane Fitzsimons getting the free, going to take it himself, going to the right. Down McBride, quick pass back into the centre, getting it back, and the left-footed shot, and that has gone to the right and gone wide. An opportunity there for Oram, but they failed to take it. And again, the right-hand side of the goalpost down there seems to be the place for the ball today.
Yeah, just early indications in the second half would indicate that Oram seemed to be more up for the game at this early stage.
Putting an awful lot of more commitment into going for the ball, getting the ball and delivering. Kick out. And the push in the back there, getting Cremartin the free. A long ball. And waited for there by McCartan Carr, giving it into the centre to Noel Boyd. Noel turns, looks around, gets the shot in, and that's gone to the right and gone wide. Could have been a dangerous one there. It was a good enough shot, but if it had been a metre or so more to the left, it would have caused Adrian some problems, because again the sun is shining directly into Adrian's eyes there for this second half.
Good pressure there from Stephen Mona on the Cremartin number 12, Noel Boyd, forcing him into kicking the ball wide.
Adrian Bishop then with the kick out. Wynn taking it and swinging it away towards the sideline, over the sideline for Cremartin then, and Martin McNally taking it and taking it quickly, going over the heads of everybody, and once again Adrian Bishop just polices it as it goes to the right and goes wide.
It's gone up, right.
The man who went off the Oram team to make room for Shane Fitzsimons was Anthony Keenan. Better kick out this time from Adrian Bishop, going out to the far side, being pulled down there but not held. Kieran Brannigan giving it back to Martin McNally. Still Martin McNally with it, looking up, then left-footed, straight up the middle, and again Adrian Bishop polices that one, and it's gone to the left this time and gone wide. So quite a number of wides there for Cremartin in this opening part of the second half, and they can't afford to do that.
No, Cremartin just haven't been able to use the wind just as effective so far. They're overkicking the ball and the wind is carrying it over the full forward line and drifting out harmlessly wide.
6 minutes into the second half, Oram still well in front, 2 goals and 6 points. Cremartin 1 goal and 3. And Adrian Bishop has had quite a bit of practice at kicking out in this second half, and again a good one against the Braes, and Declan McBennett going up there for it, but then he goes down on the ball on the ground, and the referee decides to give a throw ball. Darren McQuillan getting the throw in, going up high, but he was held, gets the fray. Martin McNally going to take that one quickly, but he was going too far, leaves it now instead to Kieran Brannigan. Kieran then decides to leave it. A little bit of confusion among the Cremartin players there. They're not just sure as to which of them should be doing what, but it's Barry Carraher who's going to take this free. He tries to get a high one, it didn't work out for him. The ball is knocked down, and Justin Moan is in there. Defence getting it difficult to get that one cleared out to this side. They do so, but first to get there is Kieran Carraher. Nice ball into Niall Flanagan. Niall goes for the long shot, and that's again to the left, and again it's gone wide, and the score remains 2 goals and 6 points to 1 goal and 3. Cremartin making very difficult work of getting these scores.
Niall Flanagan having a shot there from a long distance out, not suited to a right-footed kicker. Maybe better option would have been to let the ball into the forward line.
Kick out coming up. Again going high in the air, the wind going to bring it down. Punch forward there, and Martin Morgan for Cremartin has it, but the referee says he ran too far with that, held on too long. So it's going to be a free for Oram. Shane Fitzsimons to take it. Shane down along the wing for John Moan. John going down, holding on to it, and then drops it, and it's on the ground, but he gets it up. The referee giving the free to Oram. Shane Fitzsimons going to take this one, but I see Declan McBennett moving over as well. Yes, the ball's going to be left for Declan McBennett, and the breeze is beginning to pick up again just as I said that. And Declan decides to go for the low one instead, down into the corner. John Moan running into trouble, and referee gives him the benefit there, and down he goes to the ground and gets his free. Obviously going to take this one himself. Waiting for people to get into position, then kicks it back out to Declan McBennett, and Declan kicks this one high, and that's straight, and that's over the bar. Nice point there from Oram, and Oram seem to be in control as far as scoring goes in this second half.
Good ball there by John Moan. Instead of taking on this shot from a difficult angle, he played it out to Declan McBennett, who was in a better position, and Declan slotted it over the bar.
Just over 9 minutes gone now of the second half, and Oram have increased their lead once again. 13 points, 2 goals and 7 to the 1 goal and 3 that Oram had as they went into the break, or that Cremartin had as they went into the break. Ball forward, Justin Moan again, getting it out to Dermot McBride. The high kick from Dermot. Plenty of Cremartin men around there. Getting it forward, and here's an opportunity for them this time, and that's looking high, but it's gone to the right. No, that has gone over the bar. That's a beautiful point there. Just when they needed it. That might bring a little bit of life back there. I think that came off the boot of McCartan Carr for a beautiful point there for Oram, and bringing them back in and maybe giving them that little bit of enthusiasm or encouragement to get back into this game.
Yeah, long ball in. It was Gregory Flanagan who was out in front this time. Held possession first time, laid it off to McCartan Carroll, who was about 40 yards out, and slotted the ball over the bar. Good point. Hopefully it will kick-start maybe Cremartin.
Referee asked Adrian Bishop to speed up the kick out, and we have a substitution coming on for Cremartin. We'll give you the details in a few moments, but the man going off the Cremartin team is Paul McNally, and we haven't been informed just yet who is the man coming on, but we'll watch that and the kick out from Adrian Bishop. Again, a good strong kick out, dropping around the middle, knock forward, and a free there for the Cremartin team, and it's Tony Brennan who has come on for Cremartin. I see one of the Oram players is down, but I don't think he's really injured. And Justin Moan doing very well there to stand and wait for the ball to go wide, and the ball has gone wide, and a little bit of a cheer going up there for the antics that took place just at the sideline over there.
Possibly the problem is the Cremartin full forward line is playing too far out. With the breeze, it's a long ball. They should be playing deeper, coming out onto the long ball, instead of being out there in the high ball going over their heads and harmlessly wide.
Waiting for the dropping ball. Barry Carrer is in there, but there was also a boot went in there as well. It's going to be a free for Cremartin. And again, they're all very anxious to get taking this free. Eventually it's taken, not held, and out come Oram. Oh, tried to pick it up there. He's on the ground, trying to get up. He's surrounded by men. He's on the ground, and that's going to be a free in. And I saw a boot going in there, and I think Darren McQuillan saw that boot going in as well, so he immediately headed for the player, gets his number, and then it goes to the book. And there's a yellow card, and there's the red, and off goes Justin Moan. So that's going to be a knock for Oram.
Yeah, a stupid kick out by Justin Moan, which reduces his team now to 14 men.
And just as we say that, Barry Carraher slots that one over the bar to 1 goal and 5 now for Cremartin, 2 goals and 7. So now Cremartin will be wanting to get themselves reorganised, and I see another substitution coming on for Cremartin. Porrick Kerr, the man who's coming on, and the number 17 has gone off, Tony Brennan. No, he has just gone over to the sideline, and the man that's going off is the number 12, Noel Boyd. So 2 substitutes being used now at this stage in this second half by Cremartin, and they are 1 man in an advantage out there on the field, with Oram having lost their fullback. But it's Oram's free, taken by Stephen Moan out to this side. Michael Moan giving it back there to Conor Brennan. Conor into the corner to John Moan. John left-footed. That's heading straight for the goals, and that's heading straight over the bar. So that's the answer Oram has to losing a man, and the Cremartin point get 1 back.
That was a super point by John Moan. More accustomed to using his right foot. This time he found himself on the left wing and slotted over the bar with the left foot.
14 minutes, almost halfway through this second half. Michael Moan again with the kick to Shane Fitzsimons. Shane's half blocked down, is going to bounce and eventually held. He's trying to get up, but he gives the pass back to Kieran Brannigan, and Martin McNally now coming out for Cremartin. Straight up the middle, Dermot McBride trying to get there. Eventually it's Gareth Moan who has it. Gareth giving it out to Stephen Moan. Stephen decides to go one way, then the other, then gives it to Dermot McBride. Dermot trying to get the hand pass in. Eventually it worked. Michael Moan going for that ball is caught by Martin McNally, pulled to the ground, and that's going to be a free in. Free in for Oram. Declan McBennett coming back to take it. 2 goals and 8 for Oram, 1 goal and 5. Declan's kick down along the side is going to drop short, punch down on the ground. Conor Brennan is in there. Conor holding on tight, gets the pass back out. Not held. Kieran Carter is in there. Martin McNally. Eventually Cremartin getting their lines cleared. The long ball up on the ground it is. Tony's on the ground, Tony Brennan that is, and Tony held on to the ball too long, says referee, so it's going to be a free for Oram.
Good defence there by Stephen Moan.
There is an injury. Sorry, Paddy, go ahead.
Yeah, just good defence there by Stephen Moan and Gareth Moan, forcing Martin Brennan to overcarry the ball without giving away a free.
There is an Oram injury down there at the moment, and we're waiting for a bit of attention to be given down there. We're not right sure from this angle. I think it's John Moan that's down. Yes, it is John. And that would be a big blow to Oram to lose John. It doesn't seem to be any attention being given. Well, there is now, and it seems to be an ankle problem. An opportunity for the players to get a little drop from the bottle, and John is up and back in position again as Stephen Moan is ready to take the free. A low one and straight to Barry Carraher. Barry forward, nicely cut out there by Dermot McBride. He couldn't hold his feet, but the rest of the defence were ready for that one. Stephen Moan now for Oram over at the far side, and down along the wing, reading it there, but going back to Michael Malone. Michael Malone giving it to Eddie Mulligan, and Eddie with the long one away up the far side. Barry Carter now up in forwards. He was in the middle of the field a few moments ago, and now he's giving it into the centre to Kieran Carter. Kieran giving the pass forward and nicely held there. Now he has an opportunity. What will he do with it? He kicks it left-footed and it has gone wide. Well, Porrick Kerr had the opportunity. He stopped and then kicked it wide. No excuse for a miss like that.
No, Porrick Kerr found himself in a very easy position, but he seemed to lack confidence early on, took his time and instead kicked the ball wide.
2 goals and 8, 14 points for Oram, 1 goal and 5, 8 points for Cremartin, and we have now 18 minutes gone of the second half. So time starting to run out for Cremartin. They need to get back into this game and need to get into it very quickly. Martin Morgan is out there. Martin trying to get his way through, is fouled, gets his free, looks around, wants to take this one quickly, but then does so and gives it away. Oram coming back again on the attack once more, moving forward in numbers. Michael Malone, but Michael is robbed there by Martin McNally, and Martin gives the quick ball in for Porrick Kerr. This time again, Porrick turns, looks up, low ball in for the untouched on the ground, but the referee allows that to go on. The ball's still on the ground, a lot of boots going in there and a lot of hands going in. Eventually it's picked up on the ground, getting it back out, and nobody able to hold that ball. And I think there was a fist went in there from one of the Cremartin players. The Oram man is on the ground, referee's in there telling him to get up. But again, Cremartin in a position where they should have been able to do something, but the conditions, they weren't able to cope with those conditions, get the ball up and get a clean shot in. Adrian Bishop then coming out to take the free. Stopping a knockdown there and picked up by Conor Brennan. Nice ball forward to David Sheehy. Shane Fitzsimons getting it in further. Away out to the far side, back out for David Sheehy. David didn't get it first time, does so second time, picks it up nicely, gets around his man, then is pulled to the ground, and free now for Oram that they should be able to convert into another point.
Cremartin guilty of what Oram was doing in the first half, giving away easy frees in very scoreable positions. 13 metres out, just to the right of the post. John Moan's going to try and slot this over the bar.
20 minutes gone of this second half, and Oram about to increase their lead by another point if John Moan can do it, and he does so, straight between those posts and over the bar. Another point, 2 goals and 9 now for Oram, 1 goal and 5 for Cremartin, and Cremartin are beginning to force themselves into a very awkward position in that time is running out, and they haven't even looked as if they were going to get decent scores. Giving away needless frees like that isn't going to help their cause. Declan McBennett with the kick down along the side, but it wasn't, his man wasn't watching. Martin McNally now for Cremartin gives the ball into the centre to Kieran Brannigan, and Kieran left-footed using the wind way up into the forwards, knocked down. But again, the Oram defence very much awake and very alive to what's going on. Well, then that pass going back wasn't a great one, but Martin Moan picked it up. Martin's on the ground now, and back there is Tony Graham, and Tony is brought to the ground, and that's going to be a free for Oram. And I see a notebook coming out, and one of the Oram players is going to have his name into Darren McQuillan's notebook now as well.
Shane Fitzsimons, I think, just had a little pull at a Cremartin player just after the ball there.
Shane, who came on as a sub at half time, now receives the yellow card, and Adrian Bishop getting ready to take the free. 2 goals and 9, 1 goal and 5, with 21.5 minutes of the second half gone. Down very close to the sideline, out over the sideline kick for Cremartin. Barry Carr is out there. Not a great one into the centre. 2 Oram men there blocking it down, and here's an opportunity. Can they do something with this? And just as he went to kick that, he was fouled, and that's going to be a free in for Cremartin. A chance for them here to get back a point, but a point they need, and a point, many more than a point. But there's one of the Oram players on the ground. However, a referee allows the free to be taken, and that one has gone wide. Very bad miss there in the circumstances, straight in front of goals, a free kick in front of goals, and that has gone to the left and gone wide. The score remains 2 goals and 9 to 1 goal and 5.
Cremartin in too much of a hurry there to take that free, instead of waiting for their recognised free taker Barry Carr to move up for more of a assured point. It was taken quickly, and now Oram has gone unpunished.
Barry Carraher hasn't been as much involved in this second half as he was in the first, and maybe he's in the wrong position now. He may be better if he were moved further in towards goals. From the kick out, Dermot McBride is in there, but eventually picked up there by Martin McCartan. Gives the pass back. The pass going back to Kieran Carraher. Again giving the long ball in for Gregory Flanagan. The ball coming down to the number 5, and he slots it. And at that time we've got a point there from Cremartin. Nice point it was from Eddie Mulligan. Bringing the score now to 1 goal and 6 for Cremartin. That's 9 points on the scoreboard. 15 points, 2 goals and 9 for Oram. And we are now with 23.5 minutes of the second half gone.
Martin using the long ball in with the breeze and feeding off the break. Ball slotted over, well anticipated by Eddie Mulligan, and slotted over the bar from the right half back.
And Cremartin have introduced another sub, Jared Malone, coming in, and the man going off is Martin Morgan. A little bit of switching of positions going on as well. Referee tells Adrian Bishop to get the kick out. Strong kick out, dropping past the middle of the field. Cremartin going in there, getting the ball. He's on the ground, tries to get the pass in. And the free in for Oram. Shane Fitzsimon's the man who came off worse in that one. Declan McBennett with the free. Down along the side. Picked up neatly. Tries to turn. Does so. Michael Moan there, getting it into John Moan. And John's running into the corner. Is pulled out of it. And he is going to get his free. And again, from the position that is there, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if John Moan didn't slot this one over the bar.
Yeah, bravely done by Shane Fitzsimons out around the midfield area to get the free. Laid it in low to Michael Moan, who had a tidy chip lift into John Moan, who was fouled, and he puts it over the bar himself.
So it's now 2 goals and 10 for Oram, 1 goal and 6 for Cremartin. And this game gradually slipping away from Cremartin now. The low kick out. They're going to try and work it. The short ball up the field instead of using the wind. Now we get a long one. And the tutor came on, Jared Malone. But nicely held there by Martin Moan. And Martin then was nicely held and brought to the ground. So Oram will be glad to relieve the pressure by getting that free. Taken quickly by Adrian, dropped and then picked up again by Stephen Moan. Down along the far side, that's John Moan's way up there at this stage. And his kick has gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline kick to Cremartin, and there's no time to lose, and they're very anxious to get this one taken as quickly as possible. 2 goals and 10 to 1 goal and 6. Long shot it is. Shane Fitzsimons is in there and under pressure, trying to get the ball up. Numerous attempts, but eventually gets a push in the back and gets his free.
Cremartin making life easy for Oram and giving away frees instead of making them have to work the ball out.
Stephen Moan, who has been solid as a rock for Oram around the half-back position, getting the kick on the ground, and Declan McBennett doesn't really know what that is for, but Darren McQuillan's going to tell him it's going to be a free for Cremartin, but only after Declan McBennett's name and number goes into the book. I don't think Declan is quite sure yet what the free was for, but he has got a yellow card for it nonetheless. Now has to run back into position for the free that's been taken by Kieran Brannigan, and it's a long one and a dangerous one, hopping in front of goals and hopping over the bar.
Long ball in was about 55 yards out. Kieran Brannigan's dropping the ball into the square. No one dealt with it and it bounced over the bar.
2-10 to 1-7, and we have now 27.5 minutes gone of the second half. Miracles would need to be performed here if Cremartin are wanting to get back in. Adrian getting ready for the kick out. He's not going to be in any hurry. They're well in front. 16 points is their total. 10 points is the total for Cremartin. 6 points between them. Free for Cremartin. No time to lose. Kieran Brannigan forward, knock back to McCartan Carr, knocked back out into the defence, and Conor Brennan getting it down into the forward position, picked up by Declan Brennan. Still Declan Brennan, and Declan Brennan is fouled this time and he gets his free, taken from the wrong position, and referee is going to allow it to be taken again. Declan, the man that's going to take it. Referee recovers the ball for him. Again, no hurry for the Oram team now at this stage. They have the title in the bag if they can just hold on. Kieran Carraher, Martin McNally. Ball going loose and stopping dead in the mud. But out comes PJ Flanagan. He is fouled, he fouls, and now it's free for Barry Carraher and Cremartin. Barry goes for the long ball. That's dropping in for Gregory Flanagan, but is punched away from him again and picked up by the defence and cleared out to Conor Brennan. Down to Declan McBennett. Oram in control around their own defence. Cremartin have not been able to penetrate that. Weren't fast enough to get to the ball. This time Kieran Brannigan has been, and Cremartin getting another opportunity, but that ball far too high there for Barry Carraher. Meanwhile it goes to Porrick Kerr, and Porrick takes a shot that's going to the left and is held nicely, turned, and a shot straight into the keeper, and he held on to it, and anywhere will do at this stage. Way out over this sideline here, but anywhere would do in a time like that. And he did very well to hold on to it.
Did well to hold on to it. Oram feel now, and rightly so, that if they don't concede a goal, they'll be shutting up shop for Cremartin.
Porrick Kerr shot, it's high, gone to the left of the upright and gone wide, and we are now at 30 minutes. We've just crossed the 30-minute point, and referee Darren McQuillan will be blowing full time at any moment. 2-10 to 1-7 in favour of Oram, and Oram obviously going to be the team that will lift the Dr. Ward Cup. We cannot see Cremartin getting back into it at this stage because there wasn't all that much injury time from the kick out. Dropping down around the middle. A lot of arms going up. Who has it? He's in there in the middle. It's Cremartin who has it. Giving it to Kieran Brannigan to take the free. Kieran's going to drop it short. Dropping in there, it's punched down, and once again PJ Flanagan is the man for the defence who's going to come out with this, but held it too long. Going to be a free, but taken quickly into the back of the net there, but referee had called play back, and it's going to be a free. Well, they need a goal at this stage. Will he go for the goal? Referee gives instructions to the defence in there. They have lined the goals. He goes for it, is strong, it comes bouncing back out again. He gets it, and left-footed, he puts it over the bar. It's a point, but it's only a consolation point. It only brings their score to 1 goal and 8 points. Oram are still 2 goals and 10 in front.
Oram with 8 men accounted on the line that time. They definitely weren't going to give away a goal at this late stage of the game.
And once again, Darren McQuillan, the referee, asks Adrian Bishop to speed up the kick out, but Adrian is going to take his time. And there is the full-time whistle, and to the delight of the Oram players and spectators on the sideline, Oram, the winners of the Paragon Bar Junior Football League of the year 2002, and will be going home this evening with the Dr. Ward Cup, and which might be more important to them, they'll be moving up into intermediate ranks for next season with a score of 2 goals and 10 to 1 goal and 8. Paddy, final words?
Final word, Oram just were that bit more effective in the forward line. midfield would have broke 50-50, but the Oram full forward line of John Moan and their centre half forward Michael Moan had outstanding games. Also, they were able to adjust well. Tony Graham went back into full back when Justin Moan was sent off, and Tony adapted very well to that position as well. Overall, I'd say Oram more deserving team on the day.
Well done, Paddy, and thank you very much indeed as we move now towards the presentation of the Dr. Ward Cup to the Oram team.
Right, John! Right, John, boy! Right, John!
A video a dus bara ar san kommer upp las girl Krishna come to win a con. Boy lam Cogardicus agus Buicus a Codrug or Gatlin as of them start responses a hot shit doing in you. Boy lam come I or Buicus a Goyle Hig come home as of and Park agus Achenrod and Shaw. Hig and Redmore agus na hippigi egg so the Ella agus Comai lesh our other half Paragon Bar as up and Ulioch agus Arigadish a Hoggenshire doing and come out the shop Agri. Ata and Bua you egg Oram agus Cogardicus. We have just witnessed an hour of football, an hour of some great football despite the conditions. And I want to congratulate both teams on serving up such a tremendous display of football. As in every game, there have to be winners and losers. For Cremartin, it's disappointing on the day, but disappointing also in the fact that it's their second Dr. World Cup final to be competing in and to be beaten in. But nonetheless, I know the resilience that's there in Cremartin. I know the work that's ongoing all the time at all levels in development of the game, and I know that it won't be too long before Cremartin is back here again competing for honours in junior football. But our congratulations to Oram on a fine display. You undoubtedly emerged as by far the better team in terms of taking your scores and putting the scores on the board. And at the end of the day, that's what counts. I congratulate you and I wish you well in intermediate football as you go back up. And as today you win the Dr. World Cup for the 4th time, the first being in 1948, it is indeed a tremendous honour for you and for your club and for the great work that is ongoing in the Oram Club. I congratulate you and I salute you. Agus Machinde, it's more than honour them and Curran Shaw and Curran Dr. Crowher McAbord, a promo, a Captain Oram, Sean O'Morgan. A few thank yous to do here, so I'll try to get through them as quick as I can. First, I'd like to thank a man who put a lot of time and effort into Oram. Sadly, he passed away last year, and it was his first anniversary today, and that was Curie Leonard. Secondly, I'd like to thank the support. The support today was magnificent. We needed that, and we got it today when it was hard, tough in that second half, so I'd like to give yourselves a round of applause there. Also, I'd like to thank the players. We were beating the championship, we said we'd knuckle down and we'd try to go for this, and every man put it in for 2 months there, boys. It's a credit to us, and we got what we deserved today, so boys, well done. Special thank you to Declan McBennett. Declan took over the training of the team there after the championship, and you've seen what happened today. He made it friggin', the fitness level was unbelievable.
It's an absolute credit to him. Everyone knows what his job is, and it's a tough job. He's travelling up and down. It's 2 months, so I'd like to give Declan a special. Also, boys, people, two men come in at the start of the year to take over the reins. Done a magnificent job. They stuck by us all year long through thick and thin. I'd like to thank Patsy Moan and Edmund Megan. Brilliant. Nearly finished. I'd like to thank a referee today, Oram, his 2 linesmen and his umpires. They've done a great job. Also Tone Football Field and the people that were involved in getting the field ready today. The rain has failed us last month. It was a credit that your pitch could stand it, boys. It was excellent. Well done. Finally, a word to Cremartin. It's tough to lose 2 finals in a row. In '97, you had your day and you beat Oram in the championship final, and Oram always knew, like, it's tough on a team losing. We know how you are feeling. We felt in '87. So I'd like to thank us for a tough, hard game, and 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Thank you.
Seamus Ward, chairman of the Oram Club, you're bound to be a happy and proud man.
A very happy and proud man at this moment, to tell you the truth. I'm actually hoarse, I can hardly speak in a minute. But I'd just like to thank every one of the players, subs, management, the whole lot. As John said there earlier, the commitment that was given the last 2 months deserved to win any game. You know, it was just unbelievable. Men come from everywhere, training in the dirtiest conditions going, so that's really all. And my commiseration to Cremartin. As John said, we know what it's like to be beaten in the final, so unfortunately they were beaten too, but that's the way it goes.
But on the day, your team, the Oram team, had more of the commitment and getting in there.
Well, I'd say more the fitness. I'd say the fitness really showed the other night, or this evening there, in them conditions. Definitely did. And Cremartin would have been committed too, but they just weren't as much committed probably as we were, as the fitness stood us.
There'll be a bit of celebrating to be done this evening?
We will hope so, yeah, we'll hope so.
OK, Seamus, thank you very much indeed, and well done. Charles, a happy man?
Definitely very happy, father, yeah.
It was a great game for Oram.
It was. I consider we played very well in the conditions. A lot of good combination football and great scores, and naturally we're delighted to have won, and our commiserations to Cremartin on a good battle.
It's up to intermediate ranks now?
Up to intermediate ranks next year, and with a good young squad we'd be confident of holding our own hopefully next year.
Right. Great commitment from all of your players.
Definitely, great commitment, particularly in the last couple of months. They decided after the championship to go for the league, and they've gone, and I think it's 9 matches undefeated now in a row, so it's a credit to them.
Well done, Card.
I'm very proud of them.
Well done, Card. Thank you very much. Normally you're sticking a microphone into somebody else's face.
And they don't like it either.
You're a happy man.
I am, yeah. We 97, I missed a penalty. Gregory Flanagan got man of the match, and I marked him for 20 minutes and he destroyed me, so that's 5 years in the waiting. These boys have trained very hard in very difficult conditions for about 3 months now after we got knocked out of the championship. Showed character, showed grit, showed determination, and when it came to the bit there today, it came through. I'm delighted for all 25 of them and the management. 5 years coming, and we deserve it. We've taken points off every team in this division. Championship takes the glory, but the league's about beating every team, and we've taken points off every team.
Declan McBennett, Oram to Intomb. Over to you, John. You've said in there how delighted you were about the commitment that the boys have given for the last couple of months. It showed out there today.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, we were poorly in condition for the championship. Declan took over the training. You've seen yourselves in them conditions, the fitness level of the Oram boys, especially in that second half, to stick at it, was tremendous, just tremendous.
Did you expect to win by as much?
Well, you always have to believe. We knew it was going to be very tough, but we knew if we could get the scores, take the scores, it could, if it could happen, and it did happen. Like,
Yeah.
we're delighted.
What are you going to do now to celebrate?
Oh, there's a couple of things organised now. We'll have a good night, and maybe tomorrow as well, and back to work after that.
And a bit of a rest then for the intermediate next year?
Hopefully we get all the boys together again just after Christmas and try to give intermediate a go for a change, get knuckle down. This here will do us a world of good, so it will. Young team, and hopefully we can do things in intermediate.
John, thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Thanks a million.
John, one more speech to make here.
Mark Kellett, a great game and a great day for Oram.
Great day for Oram. There's a few good footballers in Oram. There's about 25 of them, and they showed it out there today. And especially in the second half, when the questions was asked, there was determination there, and they showed great fitness level. John hit the nail on the head there. Oram were far fitter, and it showed in the end. And the young footballers come through very well, and I'd be very, very hopeful for our future so with the club, because an awful lot of them young fellas were playing minor football last year, and they showed great heart and determination in very hard conditions.
Intermediate will be tough.
It will be tough, but we've been up there before. Like last year, we consider ourselves unlucky to be relegated down. So maybe it shows that we're good enough to go back up, because Carduff was relegated last year and Oram was relegated, and the two of us are going back up. So maybe it's a sign of the times that both teams consider themselves good enough to be up there. We consider ourselves good enough, and given an even break, we'll give any team the fill of it.
Well done, Mark. Thank you very much indeed. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke, where are you from? Who do you support?
Armagh. Armagh.
Armagh.
Oram.
And Oram.
Yeah.
And you're delighted that they won?
Yeah.
What's your second name, Luke?
Brennan.
Luke Brennan. Well done, Luke.
Boys, just want to say a few words. Know how you put the feeling now, boys. It's very tough to lose any final, boys. It was a great game. Like, prior to this match, we knew that we were going to be in a hard game, especially the conditions. And we got the goals in the first half, boys. I suppose it's coming at a good time for us. And I'd like to say hard luck, boys, and hopefully next year is put the team back in the game and we'll get promoted
Chairman of Cremartin, Emmett, disappointed?
Disappointed, but no complaints. On the day, Oram by the better side. Absolutely no complaints.
It's tough losing for the second year in a row.
Oh, it is, yeah. After the championship, we thought we'd give the home World Cup a good run, and we got into the final. Good match last Sunday against Carduff, and today we thought that we could go one step further than last year. Didn't work out that, and Oram on the day, all over the field with a stronger team.
Just didn't click. Some of the players that you would have been depending on just didn't click as they should have.
No.
As they can do.
Maybe under the heavy conditions didn't suit them, but no complaints. Oram took their scores. The goals the first half were a big deciding factor on the match, and we never were able to pull back the scores. Even though the second half had a lot of pressure on Oram, just didn't seem to be able to get the breaks, get that vital score that would have took us back into the match.
Cremartin will be back.
Oh, no doubt. The Shamrocks are very hard to keep down, especially with the weather we're having.
Okay.
So the very best of luck, and hope to do very well next year intermediate.
Thank you very much indeed,
Okay,
Emma.
Thank you
very much. The game is over here in Tome. The Dr. Ward Cup is going to rest in the lap of Oram for the next year, and they thoroughly deserve their victory on a day that was very difficult to play good football. Both teams served up as best they could, but in the end Oram came out as the winning team. We congratulate Oram, and we also congratulate Cremartin on giving a fine display of football here in Tome on November the 10th, 2002.